You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. You have to intro the podcast.
Oh, yep. Every time. Every single time. Every single time. Hey everyone, my name is Ellen.
And my name's Alyssa. Welcome back to the Modern Singer Podcast. We are officially a quarter of the way through the year. It is officially quarter two. And now that we've had some time to implement our goals, let's do a little check-in. How you doing? What's changed? What's gotten stronger? What needs some more love and attention other than me and your other soprano friends? Let's dive in. Look, I wrote that joke and I thought it was really funny. I also wrote that joke before I had any coffee this morning.
I mean, it's just a fact. It's just a fact. Check in on your soprano friends.
Please. We're tired. When we made our goals at the beginning of the year, we talked about SMART goals. You can hear more about that on episode 51, but here's the TLDR. SMART goal stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound.
And once we made these goals, we made plans on how to achieve them. But now it's time to check in and see how we're doing. Now is the perfect time to reevaluate not only your short and long-term goals, but your plans as well, and to adjust where is needed. Is a particular goal taking longer than you thought? Are there more steps involved than you originally planned out? Maybe your goal has shifted completely, entirely into a new direction. Today, we're going to review some of the goals we talked about in episode 51, creating achievable goals to change your life, and in episode 47, 7 new habits to implement before the new year.
I broke this down into 3 sections for us to talk about today. We're going to talk career, social, and personal and self-care. So first up is career. I want to talk about auditions and bookings. How are you keeping track of these? What patterns are you seeing in the material you offer in relation to callbacks or offers? And how are you connecting and reconnecting with the people behind the table? When it comes to auditioning and when it comes to building your network and keeping it growing strong, how are you keeping track of it? How are you keeping track of not only how you talk to people, but where you talk to them, what you're saying, and what responses you're getting in return? On the other hand, practicing and learning new music. Did you start a new practice schedule? How are you doing? How can you give yourself some grace if you fell off of it and recommit yourself? If you learn new music in first quarter, first of all, congratulations. Secondly, why not put it on tape or put it in a concert? Let the music that you just learned benefit you. How can you show off the fact that you just learned all of that?
Next, it's really important to build in a social aspect into your life. Spending time with friends and family is really, really great. It isn't just about having a good time. It's a soul recharging session. Surrounding yourself with people that love you and that you love really, really does feed your soul. These people love you. They're your personal cheer squad. They celebrate your wins and lift you up when you're down. Laughing is the best medicine. Just schedule in some time with your friends and family. You need it. They need it. It's just good for the soul. Also, make sure you're scheduling in time to do things outside of being a performer. We all know that performing and our careers and our second careers and our third careers and our fourth career, all of the jobs that we have take up a lot of our time, but we are also a human and we do need to schedule in some time for fun. That could be other hobbies or, maybe that's learning a new language, or just sitting outside, enjoying the fresh air.
Or the hot air in Arizona.
Or the hot air. It is supposed to be like 95 today.
I'm surprised it hasn't hit 100 yet.
Mid-April. Oh, it's pretty bad. But yeah, it's pretty hot, but still can go outside, get some fresh air, enjoy the sunlight, get some of that vitamin D. Really just take some time to figure out how you're enjoying your time without trying to turn something you enjoy into a job. Because I know that's really hard because I do it all the time.
My therapist calls me out on it literally all the time. Literally all the time.
I like to organize things and clean or do like little crafty things, but it always turns into like, how can I knock things off my to-do list? Mm-hmm. So
yeah, my non-work hobby is still my compost worms. But somehow I didn't make it into a career. My little sister made my hobby into her career.
Of course. There you go.
Which is amazing. By the way, if you're in Arizona and you want to learn more about composting, there is a nonprofit called Let's Go Compost, and it's run by my little sister, and it's really cool, and I like it.
It is really cool.
No, it's a great company too. She teaches kids. Like she's in STEAM and she's gotten like multiple grants and stuff. And it's all about the reduce, reuse, recycle triangle got expanded to a quadrangle.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Is that how you say that? I want to call it a rhombus. Of reduce, reuse, rot, recycle.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. So
I
like
didn't know
learning
that.
a little bit more about composting and how to let things decompose naturally instead of like building up methane gas I'm really intrigued by composting in general. If you can't tell,
It's really cool.
Love it. And I'm going to go play with my worms after. No, I'm not. I have to go record 6 sides for a movie that I got called for.
But hey, that is
But that's my non-work hobby.
exactly, you have one.
What's your non-work hobby?
I can't say that I have one. I mean, I think what I do in my free time is go, have dinner, hang out with friends or stuff like that. But
That's a non-work hobby. Socializing.
yeah, besides socializing, I think that's all I got. I need a hobby. I'm about to have a child, so that's my hobby.
Is that how we want to announce it on the podcast?
Did I just announce it?
The last section we're going to talk about today is personal and self-care. So specifically in episode 51, I talked about wanting to grow my physical stamina to be able to gain the physical capacity to perform 8 shows a week. And I can now very proudly say that while I have gotten sick a couple of times, which has definitely affected my overall ability to breathe for a few weeks, I can feel the difference in my body now. And I really enjoy finding the time to spend at the gym to just work something that isn't in a dance class. I really enjoy the cross-training aspect of it. It brings me a lot of joy. It's kind of work, but also it's kind of not. But yeah, I really enjoy having like the built-in physical activities in my week now to take care of myself. And while it's not directly affecting my career, it's directly affecting my ability to do my career.
I love that too, because you made your SMART goals and then you are now taking time to check in and you're like,
them.
oh, wow, I actually did that. Like I implemented them and I'm actually doing it and I actually saw results. And that's what I love about these SMART goals is that it really does set you up for success. And then when you do have these check-in moments, you're just like, oh, wow, go me. I did that.
Yeah. As your resident personal trainer, just a reminder, if you don't see differences, give it a couple of months. This is 3 months later that I'm now talking about this. It's not a week-by-week thing. I do monthly check-ins with myself and how I feel. But like for the most part, like this is the first like real check-in I've done with myself for this work that I did, because you can't find the change overnight. The last thing I want to talk about is taking the time to rest. Something I like to remind my personal training clients and my boy students is that if you don't make the time to rest, your body's going to do it for you. Maybe it's just taking 30 minutes before bed to turn your brain off and read a book or enjoy a bubble bath. Maybe you incorporate a 5-minute stretch into your mornings or a short journal prompt. But how can you re-add these little things in just for yourself to make sure that you're taking the time to actually recover and not always moving?
This is so hard for me. This is like...
Same.
I cannot, because my mind is running a mile, like 12 miles a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta keep going. But like, just taking note, like, okay, maybe if it's like even like a 5-minute stretch, like I'm just gonna stretch, or like I'm just gonna sit down for 5 minutes, or get up from my desk. This one, get up from my desk and walk around for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like,
I think the attainable aspect of SMART goals is something to remind yourself of. Something I tell my clients at the gym about a lot is you don't have to kill yourself in a workout to have done the work.
Yep.
It can be 5 minutes, and that's totally fine. 5 minutes is more than none minutes.
So true though. It's so true though.
I'm just saying, like, it's all of these little things, these little habits that make the difference. Like, for me, something that I implemented when I moved to Boston was if something is on the 3rd floor or lower, I take the stairs. And if it's the 4th floor and up, except for the one apartment I had where the elevator never worked, then I take the elevator.
I like that. I mean, little things, it really is, like, I know people say this, but it really is the little things that you do over and over again that make the biggest difference. And I think it is really important for us to check in. Like, did I do what I said I was going to do? And if not, like, why not? Was it too unattainable? Was it too big? Did it take up too much of your time? Was it really like 5 steps away when you should have broken it down? Yeah, exactly. Like, did it not fit within your lifestyle? Did you need to break that goal, whatever, down?
Was it actually not a real goal that you had and you thought that you had to have it, but you didn't want it, so you didn't do it?
Or was it not like really a priority for you? Like, you thought it was a priority, but it's not as much anymore? Or the check-ins are really important because like we can make goals all day, but if we're not checking in on our progress and what's working, what's not, what's making it easy to achieve these goals even too, like whether it's like buy a product or write it down or set a reminder on your phone or whatever it is, it's really important to check in.
I would love to know what everyone else's goals have been and how you're doing. I don't know if we've ever said this on the podcast, but Spotify has this new thing where you can actually put it in the comment section on Spotify so that I can see, because I read all of them. Most of them are from Ellen's mom. And
love you, Mom.
But I can see all of the comments that y'all leave on there, and it's super fun. So definitely leave a comment there, or you can leave us a DM or comment on our Instagram or our YouTube where we also post these. But thank you so much for listening. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to the show so that you never miss an episode. If you really loved this episode, we would love to see you tag us in your stories so we can connect with more of our followers.
And don't forget to check out our show notes and all of our resources. We'll see you next time.
Bye! I was seeing how long you could go.
Oh man, competition! Don't get me started. I don't have as much breath support anymore, so you'll probably win.